My dad's a huge Dodger fan.
Right.
We'd always try to go watch Kershaw pitch when we could.
All right.
Nice stadium out there.
Oh,
That's
gorgeous.
a dome.
It's
Best garlic fries in the country, though.
I mean, third oldest in baseball. It's overrated in my opinion. I've been to all 30.
Yeah.
Not a good stadium.
You don't like it?
But
Fenway's nice.
but let me tell you something.
Yeah.
The fans come out, and you know who sits down there in that front row.
Oh, yeah.
Mary Hart.
Mary Hart? Used to
He
be,
doesn't know who Mary Hart is.
I have no idea.
Used to be Larry King next to Mary Hart.
Larry King is always down there too. Now you know who Larry King is.
Larry King, yeah.
Oh, he was always down
Yeah.
there too.
Now, I used to live in San Ramon by Oakland, and we would go to the Coliseum, and the good thing is we were always alone. There was no other chance of being beaten by somebody because nobody else was there.
We're going to try and ask some different questions than we ask you, otherwise it'll be a boring event with both you guys on the
Go for it. Ask me anything.
Well, ask me anything. All right. Well, I want to start with something real positive here in a second.
Let's do it.
Ready to go?
Yeah, we've been going for a while.
All right. Oh, that. This is CIA.
Trickery. Deceit.
Do not be alarmed. It's just a couple of guys. Who are these guys? Ray Regina, beloved former mayor of St. Charles, lifetime educator, and Pat Crimmins, a Geneva lawyer, but he's actually okay. From Elgin to Aurora, from Naperville to Elburn, these guys are gonna talk everything. So, here's Pat and Ray.
Hello, friends, and welcome to Just a Couple of Guys with Pat Crimmins and yours truly, Ray Regina. And we're coming here for the third time from Northwestern Medicine Field. Pat?
Wonderful evening tonight. It's hot, it's humid, but it's cool. There's a little breeze going on.
Well, the big thing is the Cougars are alive for the playoffs.
Playoffs?
Because, and I counted them, Pat, today. I wrote them down.
Yeah.
There are 7 teams within a game and a half of each other for 2 wild card spots. The Chicago Dogs, the Sioux City Explorers, Lincoln Salt Dogs. These names kill me.
Lots of dogs.
The team out in the field tonight, the Claiborne Railroaders, the Cougars, of course, Fargo Moorhead Redhawks, and the Lake County, your guys, the Lake County Dockhounds.
Yes, I love the
They're
dog.
all in there. The Cougars are 2-1 against these guys. They come up from Texas for 6 days in a row. So tonight's the 4th game of the series. Cougars are up 2-1, and there's 2 more tomorrow night and Sunday. We'll talk more about the rest of the season a little later on. Pat, what do we got going tonight?
Lots of parity here in the league. Today we're going to interview a couple of players. We have Tyler Beardsley and Jack Fox.
That's right.
Foxy.
Both all-star pitchers.
All-star pitchers, yes. And then we're going to interview the team physician, Dr. Sostak of the Fox Valley Orthopedic branch.
I want to ask him about Tommy John surgery,
Yes.
whether I need it or not.
The Cubs are very proficient in signing people that have undergone that surgery.
Is that right?
Because they think that they come back even better.
All right. Well, we're going to take a small break. You saw that I was tongue-tied. We're going to take a small break, and when we return, we'll be in the dugout talking to these fine all-stars from the Kane County Cougars. You stay tuned. Hello, friends. This is Ray Regina. You face technology challenges every day that threaten to steal business, compromise data, and bring your business down. Without a good partner to help protect from phishing, ransomware, viruses, data breaches, employee turnover, and cybersecurity threats, your business is at risk of losing everything. TechWorks has been the trusted IT partner to Fox Valley businesses for over 20 years, keeping systems secure and providing extraordinary customer service, helping your business grow. Call TechWorks today at 630-482-2227 or visit www.techworks.com. That's TechWorks with a Q. TEQ works, and see how TechWorks IT service can transform and secure your business.
All
Hello, friends. This is Ray Rogina. I'd like to say a few words about my friends at the Karis Group of Restaurants, one of our sponsors. I've been a frequent guest at all of their fine restaurants for years, one of which is Rookies, which has locations throughout the Fox Valley and beyond. My favorite dish at Rookies is the gyros plate with the saganaki appetizer. Oopa! My wife, she loves the Hall of Fame chicken sandwich. But I can honestly say that I've never had a bad meal there, regardless of whatever I've had to eat. The wings are out of this world, the salads are delicious, great burgers, tacos, all American specialties, and don't forget their pizza. And of course, you can wash this all down with one of their famous Mai Tais. Try them out. St. Charles, Geneva, Elgin, Hoffman Estates, Huntley, and Roselle. RookiesPub.com. I'll see you there.
We're back and pleased to be in the home team dugout here with an all-star of the Kane County Cougars, Tyler Beardsley. Tyler, welcome to our podcast.
Thank you. Appreciate you having me.
Listen, let's get started real fast. I said all-star pitcher. You were in the all-star game.
Right.
And you pitched an inning, right?
Yep, sure did.
And you struck out a couple of guys.
Yeah, I had
how was that
to.
whole experience like?
It was good. Milwaukee did a great job. That was honestly my first experience being an all-star. So kind of took it all in, had a good time with, obviously the other guys that were with us. And I had a pretty good outing, so I was pleased on how everything was.
Is it tricky to be the guys you're playing with? Usually they're your opponent. Now you have to be they're on your side. At least
Right.
half the squad is. I mean, half the guys who were there were.
Yeah.
And, is that a little tricky?
Not really. I mean, not too bad. It was cool to be part of that, and with some of those other guys, I happen to be teammates with some of the other ones. We are rivals, but it's good to just meet new people, and we had a good time.
And of course, as we all know, being in the All-Star game is all about money. So was there a contractual bonus for you to get?
You know what? This is actually super funny. There's no bonus, but the All-Star break is over. We get on a flight to Minneapolis, St. Paul. And we show up. We don't have our flight or our seats for the second flight, so we go up there. Long story short, they were overbooked, and they were offering $600 for about 9 people to stay back and take a later flight. So all 4 of us stayed back and took the later flight. And honestly, we were like, all right, that was our All-Star game bonus.
That's your bonus. Very nice, very nice.
Yeah.
Well, tell us a little bit about how you got to where you are here today.
Yeah. So I guess the last 2 years I was in Sioux City. Ended up working out a trade with Evansville, from Sioux City to Evansville, and then Evansville to here. Absolutely love it here. Excited, with what we've got going on here right now, and it's probably one of my favorite places I've been. And I played.
You played a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was a lull there in a while. You guys were below 500 and so on, but all of a sudden, and we're going to talk about this later on. There's 7 teams, I think, within a game and a half of each other fighting for the wild card.
Yeah, it's a tight race right now. I absolutely like where we're at right now. Had a couple guys in there. We did lose a guy early in the year, but I like where we're at right now. We've been playing pretty good baseball. Just taking 3 of 4 against Fargo, in Fargo, and then sweeping Kansas City.
Oh,
and
they're in first place.
And then I think it was split with Lincoln, maybe. I'm not sure exactly, but this is a big series right now against Cleveland, so we're playing pretty well.
Go ahead, Ray. What do you think about the actual home crowd here? Attendance is usually pretty good here, right?
Absolutely.
The fans are really
They
loyal,
lead the league.
loud.
They lead the league in attendance.
Lead the league.
It makes it so much more fun for us to, show up to the field every day and be a part of something like this. They do a great job here and love every home game pretty much.
And it's a lot louder, I understand, on Thursday.
Yes, yesterday was great. Yesterday we had an unbelievable crowd, so that was a lot of fun.
Now, it seems like, looking at the schedule, so you're just predominantly baseball-centric for these months between May and September.
Yep.
How much is there time for a guy like you to get around and see the sights here in the beautiful Fox River Valley?
There definitely is, but I have yet to kind of get out. There are a couple things I'd like to do. I'd like to go check out a Cubs game. It's definitely on the bucket list, and it's been, for quite some time, but I'm now so close, so I definitely would like to do that, and I definitely need to get out and venture out a little bit more.
Well, you said a Cub game, but let's back up a second and talk about the fact that you're from California.
Correct.
You went to college at Cal State Sacramento.
Sure did.
Were you a Giant or an A's fan back in the day?
No, I've always been an Angels fan.
Angels?
Yep, I've grown up an Angels fan for since I was born. So.
Did you get a chance to get down the pike to see a few games down there?
Yeah, I definitely hopefully catch them later in the year. I'm honestly hoping they make a playoff run this year. I think they got a better chance than they have had in a while. So yeah, I'm excited.
Now you can keep this secret between Pat and I and yourself. How much money is Ohtani going to make over the next 10 years?
Oh gosh, he's gonna make an absurd amount. I mean, you should pay the guy double. He pitches, he hits.
Right.
You got guys making $300 million, 10, 13-year contracts. I think you should pay the guy double.
Now,
Do both.
My last question centers around this whole idea of an independent baseball team like the Cougars.
Right.
And you're not affiliated, but you guys are here to play to win, and it's evident in the times I've come here and so on. But what is the general aspiration of an independent baseball player?
I think a lot of us are in the same situation here. For myself, I was released in 2018 and have been playing independent baseball since. So I'm trying to get back, where I started basically. But I think the best way to, have success anywhere is try to stay away from thinking about that kind of stuff. Like, hey, I want to get back. I mean, obviously that's our goal, but the less I think about it, I think that I perform a little bit better. And if it happens, it happens. If not, I still enjoy this game. My teammates that I get to hang out with every single day, coaches, everybody. I'm all for that experience. So.
And when you talk about get back, you did play pro baseball with
Correct.
the Twins, is that right?
Yeah, I was in the Minnesota Twins organization for basically 2 years. 16, drafted in 16, played rookie ball. 2017, I was in low A in Cedar Rapids, Iowa, and then 18, I was released.
The Colonels.
Correct.
How does it work? Do the other pro teams, do they get to just pluck you guys, or how does it work?
So they'll, scouts come out, and if they're interested, then they'll probably take a chance on you, and that's kind of the goal.
Yeah.
Now, if there's a day that comes, you say to yourself, I think I'm done with baseball.
Right.
We talked a bit offline about this. What might be a future aspiration as far as an occupation is concerned?
I've always been interested in Highway Patrol out of California, so the CHP, California Highway Patrol.
Chips.
Yep, exactly. So I went to school, studied criminal justice, and I just have a high interest in all of that kind of stuff, and love serving the community and doing stuff like that. So
I was a prosecutor for 13 years, and you've got the cop voice.
yeah,
Ma'am, show your license, ma'am, registration.
I just
You
need the
got the
mustache.
voice, yeah.
I just need the mustache
Yes.
now.
Coming from a police family, my father was a police officer.
Gotcha.
I admire the fact that you're interested in getting back to the public, and particularly that domain where we need great police officers.
Absolutely.
So, on behalf of Pat, myself, and producer Paul, and Kevin, I want to wish you nothing but the best.
Thank you.
Go Cougars. We want to see you in the playoffs. We want to come back here and perhaps talk to you again in a playoff situation.
Okay.
All the best. To
Thank
my
you very
friend.
much.
Good luck,
Good luck.
Tyler.
Thank
you
guys.
very much.
Thank you.
Tyler Beardsley, Kane County Cougar All-Star pitcher. We'll be back in just a moment. We're back again for our second interview with a second Cougar All-Star, one Jack Fox. Jack, welcome. Good to have you here today.
Thank you. Happy to be
And
here.
Let's start off as I did with your buddy Tyler. You guys are both All-Stars. You went to the All-Star game, and you, like him, turned in an inning, no runs and no hits, and yet a strikeout. How was that experience for you?
Oh, that was a really, really fun experience. I had my family out there, my grandma, a few cousins came, both my parents. Really fun to just go out into the All-Star game and have a clean inning, go 1, 2, 3. That's huge relief, just to get that under the belt and,
When you said clean inning, I'm thinking of another term, and I wonder if he's ever had this. Have you ever had an immaculate inning?
I do not believe I've had an immaculate inning.
And for the listeners, Ray,
That would be 9 strikes.
that's right.
He's a fireballer, so
Right.
he
It's a hard thing to do.
Yes.
An immaculate inning is a very
Well, we
difficult
really haven't
thing to
even
do.
introduced his position yet. He's a pitcher.
I am a pitcher.
Well, yes, we did, because I said to him, you struck out a guy, he had a perfect
I
inning.
understand.
Wake up, Pat.
No,
I could be a two-way. You know, it could be a Shohei. you know.
Ohtani.
Right-handed pitcher, left-handed pitcher.
Right-handed pitcher.
Right-handed pitcher.
All right, now you've been with the Cougars 3 years. I got the stats in front of me. 20-16 over 3 years with a 3.69 earned run average. That's not chopped liver. That's pretty solid. That's pretty solid. And what do you attest? Well, the first question would be the longevity here. Do you like it here?
Oh, I love it here. I mean, we have by far the best setup in the whole league. We got the best fans. We get 6,000, 7,000 fans.
Correct.
The game, which is just
Leads
makes
the
it
league
really
in
fun.
attendance.
Yeah, it just makes it a really fun environment to play in, and we just have like a nice baseball, classic baseball stadium feel with the forest and in the background, and big parking lot and long fences, which I'm a huge fan of.
Are you liking the fact that while there was a little bit of a mid-season downturn, all of a sudden you got 7 teams fighting for the playoffs?
Oh yeah, no, it's been really great that kind of every team in both divisions is kind of stuck with each other, like hot streaks and cold streaks. So no one got too far out of the race. So even though we had a real rough streak, we're right back in there. I think we tied for third, maybe fourth place. So and top 4 teams make it. So we're right in there.
7 teams within a game and a half.
Yeah.
Now, so you're a right-handed starting pitcher. How many pitches do you have?
I have 4 pitches. I throw a 4-seam, curveball, a slider, and a changeup.
Now, Beardsley is twice as old as you are, or
Twice as old as me. He's not 50.
but he is older, right?
He's got 4 or 5 years on me.
What's your plan ultimately after baseball? You're hoping to get up, obviously, with the pros, but
My plan is to enjoy playing baseball as much as I possibly can. I got to play in Australia this past winter, and that was such a great experience and kind of opened the door to travel while playing baseball, as I love to do both of those things. So if I could use baseball to play at the highest level I can play while also traveling the world, that sounds like a pretty good way to spend the next 10 years.
Were you in Sydney or?
I was in Melbourne.
Melbourne.
Yeah,
Okay.
that was
how does that
Melbourne,
match
as
up
they
with
call it.
Winnipeg? It's right there.
He opened the door for
I wouldn't say that.
Well, he opened the door for that. How about these bus trips? You got a bus trip to
man.
Winnipeg, a bus trip to Claiborne. That's got to be, with all due respect to the 2 towns, that's got to be hellish from here to do that.
I mean, I remember we had a day game in Winnipeg, and then we got on the bus at 4:30 p.m. We had a game the next day in Gary
Gary,
at
you're-
6 p.m. And I think that took us about 17 hours.
Oh my!
I think it was something like that.
Yeah, we had suggested a reality show on those bus trips.
Oh, I'd say that'd be a great podcast.
I think they sleep
Is
most of
there
the
card playing on the bus? Do you play cards on the bus?
We played some poker on the bus.
Ah, very good.
A lot of guys just sit on their phone. I did buy a hammock that I set up in between the seats on the bus, and that has vastly improved.
The lawyer in me says that that's probably not safe.
A lot of things we do in this league are unsafe, and that's why it's illegal.
Let's talk baseball movies. Favorite
Oh,
baseball
Bull Durham, by
Bull
far.
Durham.
By
And
far.
why is that? Because a pitcher's involved? Or?
No, I think it's beyond a baseball movie. I think it's a movie about life, and it shows how all the problems and struggles in life can be related to in the world of baseball. I think it shows the minor league lifestyle pretty
Have
accurately.
you ever hit the mascot with a pitch?
I have not hit the mascot with a pitch, but I threw like 5 to the backstop yesterday, so I got pretty close.
Well, but still, you still have a 3.51 earned run average. Last year, you had to be really happy with last year. 11-3, you were just a shade over 3 in the earned run average. And you made the playoffs last year. You got to be very happy with that.
I was really, really happy with that. And, baseball is such a wild sport. You really never know what's going to happen, over the course of the season. And I just got really fortunate to have a great team with great defense and great offense last year. I mean, they put up 5 to 10 runs for me every single game. And when you have a 6 or 7 run lead, it is so much easier to pitch than when you're, tied, winning by 1, trailing by 1. And I was just really fortunate to have that run support and defense last year. And I'm just very thankful for that.
Now, we've discovered that both the All-Stars here for the Cougars are California guys. And while one's near the Bay Area, this guy is a little bit more south in Los Angeles. And we talked offline, you growing up, you were a Dodger fan?
Yep. Grew up Dodger fan, part of Los Angeles.
And Beardsley's an Angels fan.
Yeah.
You know? Oh, I will ask you the same question. But he didn't give me a number. Do you think you have a beat on how much you think Ohtani's going to sign for over 10 years?
Oh, gotta be 40. Gotta average around 40 a year. 45 a year.
All right.
Could be
That could
something
be
like that. 10 years.
Yeah, 10 years.
40 to 45
Almost
a year.
$500 million, probably for 10 years.
I want to say 500 million for 10 years, honestly. Maybe 50.
And Pat kind of talked about life after baseball. You have a specific occupation you could see yourself in if baseball doesn't pan out for you.
You know, it's kind of a hard question to ask when I'm like all in on baseball.
I hear
right now.
it. It's right.
But you know, I have plenty of stuff that I love to do and that I think I'm good at. And that's kind of a bridge that
Well, you
I'll
went to
cross
Emerson. You told us you went to Emerson in
Yeah.
Boston. You found some niche there on some course of study, I would assume.
Yeah, I studied business and creativity and creative marketing, like kind of out there stuff.
I would think with a nickname like Foxy and an LA base, the movies, huh?
I mean, my dad is a screenwriter. He does write movies.
See?
Yeah. And,
Like
you
the
know,
Christopher Nolan wrote Oppenheimer for
Yeah.
Cillian Murphy. Your dad could write something for you.
He's been thinking about it. He says he wants to wait till I'm done with baseball before he writes a TV show or a movie based off, you know, the stuff I've told him. But I don't see myself getting into that stuff. I see myself doing something different.
I can't leave a conversation like this without promoting the Fox Valley. So you've been here 3 years. Do you have a favorite haunt or two around in the area that you want to tell one of the business people that you enjoy going to, or is it just too difficult?
No, Buttermilk.
Buttermilk in
Is
Geneva.
my absolute, and in Naperville.
Oh, that's
Both locations, absolutely fantastic brunch. My favorite place to go for breakfast and brunch.
There you have it. Possible sponsor.
Sponsor.
Listen, we know you got to get out to the get some warm ups in and so on. So we can't thank you enough for, you know, Pat and I have been doing these podcasts here. This is our third one of the year. Cougar's been great to us, and I can see why you like them too. They're just a great organization. So thanks for helping us out, and we really appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Appreciate it. Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Jack Fox, All-Star, Cougars. We'll be right back. Stay tuned.
At McNally Heating and Cooling, we understand that customer satisfaction starts with arriving at your home on time. Your service technician will apply the same attention to detail and quality workmanship to every job, large or small. We offer upfront, honest pricing, and we'll make sure the job gets done right from start to finish. From furnace and air conditioning service, minor repairs, or total equipment replacement, we do it all. Give us a call or find us online and let the luck of the Irish work for you.
Free advertising. We get one much.
Sure.
Let's talk about it.
All right. Like the hat, right here, and everything. So, all right.
You know what? Of course, you could be people may be walking up here, but that might screw things up too, though. You know, we don't want to do that.
So our alumni association. So we have a
You're
bunch
having
of
an
alumni.
event?
Yep, an
Oh,
event,
I
yep.
see.
Yeah, like an alumni appreciation event kind of thing, engagement. So
You guys are students, or are you?
we are employees.
You look so young.
Thank you. I'll take that.
See what
Did
I'm
they
doing?
get them on?
It's going to
See
be
what
my
I did?
15-year anniversary, so I'll take that.
Where did you go to college?
I went to Iowa State.
Iowa State. Currently involved in a gambling scandal.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I didn't.
All right, we're back. We're here with Dr. James Sostak of the Fox Valley Orthopedics Medicine Facility. Doc, thank you very much for being here. We appreciate it.
My pleasure.
We wanted to introduce you to the viewers. Tell us a little bit about yourself and your background, if you would.
Hi, viewers. So, yes, my name is Dr. James Sostak from Fox Valley Orthopedics. My background is grew up in the area from Lombard originally, went to high school in Lombard, and then did all my orthopedic training and came back here to work towards home, and been helping to take care of the Cougars now since I started back in 2011.
When did you start with Fox Valley Orthopedics?
So August of 2011 will be 12 years this August.
All right. And you are what in terms of orthopedics?
So I'm an orthopedic surgeon. My specialty is in sports medicine orthopedics, which means I take care of a lot of sports injuries, things like rotator cuff, anterior cruciate ligament injuries, general strains and sprains, all that kind of stuff.
What's not sports related when it comes to orthopedics?
Yeah, a little bit of everything, really, to be honest with you.
I mean, you got your ankles, your knees, your feet, right? I mean, it's all related.
That's right.
Yeah,
Everything's
that's right.
connected.
That's right.
My brief anatomy course, that's what I remember.
A brief promo for Fox Valley Orthopedics. My wife had knee surgery there. Dr. Shakur did the work, and she's very pleased.
Excellent.
I need to say that right up front. Listen, you're the team physician. Fans, baseball fans, they watch baseball, they know all about a team trainer. So I want you to tell our audience the difference between a team trainer and a team physician.
So the team trainer kind of takes care of the day-to-day issues, any kinds of, I would say more minor injuries, soreness. They do treatment, icing, anti-inflammatories, work on range of motion, maybe some massage type stuff. When something's a little bit more involved, or if something's not getting better, or a more acute injury like an ankle sprain, or we took care of a dislocated finger the other day, that's the kind of stuff that they call the doctor for.
And you, as I understand it, beside being the trainer for the Cougars, and obviously working for Fox Valley Ortho, you do work with some of the high schools in the area.
I do. So I'm the team physician for Geneva High School. I also take care and work on the sidelines for football for Aurora Central Catholic and Aurora Christian.
There could be some violent activity taking place on a Friday evening, I suppose, with attendance.
Yes, the same type of thing. The trainers are there to take care of most of the issues, but when they need our help to help determine, can an athlete keep playing? Is there anything that's more serious? They kind of call us to take a look, and we're there to help out in any way we can.
As an orthopedic surgeon, do you see any differences between your time working with high school athletes versus your time working with the Cougars, as far as differences of injuries and things of that nature?
I don't think that there's anything major that's different. It's all similar concepts, maybe some different injuries. On teams like the Cougars, sometimes we're dealing with athletes that are a little bit older, maybe getting towards the believe it or not end of their baseball career, that kind of things. Guys that are having maybe some more overuse or more long-term issues with the younger kids. It's slightly different. Usually they rebound or come back a little bit faster.
The White Sox just lost their all-star reliever for a full year to Tommy John surgery. In a nutshell, what is the main cause of that developing and requiring Tommy John surgery?
Honestly, the main cause is probably overuse, or meaning wear and tear. When I say overuse, it's not because they're throwing too much. They're doing what they're supposed to, but it's kind of a multiple years of use that puts strain on the arm from throwing fastballs. That ligament kind of helps to provide tension on the elbow so that those guys can throw as hard as they do. And when you're doing it over and over and over again, that ligament can get somewhat frayed or lose some of its integrity, and then sometimes it just kind of pops.
And it's generally speaking a full season off. No matter how you patch it up, if it happened in the fall, the whole next year, you're out.
True. Unfortunately, usually it's definitely a season ender whenever they're in it, and sometimes it can take 12 months or more to come back.
But the surgery's come a long way, right? It used to be almost career-ending, and now it's almost a year or so, and you come back better than you were.
True. Those individuals usually come back and they'll throw harder than they were. Again, it's from kind of tightening up that elbow and re-tensioning that ligament that allows them to get back. But yes, it's advances in the rehab process and that kind of thing that allows them to continue to pitch.
Do you find any difficulty dealing with athletes in that they want to get back out on the field so much that maybe they kind of sacrifice the rehab and the time that it takes to actually cure the problem? These are special people that have a passion and they want to get back out. Right?
True. I think most of them, they do the rehab the right way, but you're right. In my experience, most of them want to get back sooner than I want them to get back. At some point, we kind of have to come to an agreement and take a little bit of a leap of faith. I tell all athletes when they have an injury and they're getting back, risk is never zero. There's always a chance that things can happen again, but we just have to get them as improved as we can, and most of them listen, they understand, but sometimes they want to push a bit and you got to hold them back.
At this level, and I just asked this question, and it's probably me talking at the top of my brain here, do any of these athletes ever say to you, hey doc, I want a second opinion from my doctor? I mean, I don't know that they can afford it, but you wonder sometimes if an athlete will just simply say, I'm injured, I want another opinion.
Certainly, yeah. No, I've seen that before with athletes like this, or really all kinds of patients. When you're going to going under a surgery, it's a big deal. I get it, and sometimes it's a long rehab process, and they just want to know, is this really what I need? And I always welcome somebody if they want a second opinion. I give second opinions myself to other patients because you need to be comfortable with what you're doing.
I take it because of the increase in seasons for all the young athletes, we're seeing more injuries. Isn't that fair? More repetitive trauma, more issues because kids are playing AU basketball, high school basketball, that kind of thing, right?
No doubt about it. No doubt about it. That's a big thing that I kind of harp on, so to speak, especially with parents and my younger athletes. We get a lot of overuse injuries, and in essence, there's got to be a little bit of an off-season from time to time, or at least, if not an off-season, playing different sports. Because when you're playing the same sport over and over and over again, the body doesn't like that. It likes a change-up, so to speak.
You want to incorporate as much dance as possible. Is that right?
A previous podcast.
Hey, that's important for rhythm and core strength.
Now, it's my understanding you actually played the game of baseball, right?
I did.
Tell us a little bit about that, and how does that help you do?
I want to know about that hitting streak too.
Oh.
I think it helps just kind of understanding not only the medical side, but kind of the mentality of some of the athletes, knowing the drive and the desire to play, and not just the medical part. Knowing if they want to get back, that it's a huge part of their life, and it makes them who they are, because it made me who I was.
Right. Where'd you play ball?
So I played in college at Benedictine University, and then I played kind of a year of independent league ball, similar to what the Cougars are in the Frontier League with a team in Rockford called the Riverhawks.
When is the book coming out about your year at the Riverhawks?
Well, there's not a book.
There's a lot of good books like that. You make some money.
I have a baseball card. I never thought I'd have one of those. So I got that.
What's the eBay value of that?
Probably minimal. I think my parents have a couple.
Now, Ray referenced a streak that you had. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, in college, let's see, I think it was my junior year, I had a hitting streak. It was 15 straight hits, so 15 straight at-bats. I had a hit. I think it was over a 4-game span. It's one of those things, kind of being in the zone,
Yeah. Do you remember the out you made that stopped the streak?
I do. It's an interesting story. Yeah, I was safe, but no, actually, we were beating a team by quite a few, and I think I beat the play at first, but the umpire called me out. He actually came up to me after the game and mentioned, hey, I didn't necessarily know what was going on. If I knew that, I might have not called you out. Type of thing.
Probably had a dinner engagement.
Yes, that's right. It was a foursome, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Listen, what a pleasure to have you come here today and
my pleasure.
Give our audience a little view of
the
medical side of the Cougars and so on. We're team-centric today, as you know, and Doc here is part of the fabric of the Cougars. We're going to take a small break and be right back. Stay tuned. Hello, friends. This is Ray Rogina. Hey, the Kane County Cougars are back for the summer. The best family entertainment around features sunshine, baseball, and fireworks through Labor Day. With great food, entertainment, giveaways, and running the bases after every game, there's something for everyone at a Cougars game. And Thirsty Thursdays feature $2 beer, pop, and hot dogs. And on Sunday, a $15 ticket gets you $15 right back in concession cash to spend at the ballpark. What a deal for you baseball foodies. Come visit us at beautiful Northwestern Medicine Field this summer for your dose of sunshine, baseball, and fireworks. And make your family memories today. Well, we're back, and we're going to wrap up this fine podcast. We hope you enjoyed it. I enjoyed it.
Oh, yeah.
The interviews were great. The beer was great. And
anytime you can talk to a couple of all-stars outside of the podcast realm, it's a good time.
For all you fans out there, the Cougars are in the race to make the playoffs. And because of that, I want to make sure you understand that tomorrow night, that would be Saturday and Sunday, Claiborne is here, night game, afternoon game. Sunday, we always know is what? $15? You'll buy a ticket, and what do you get, Pat?
It's a parlay, a couple of beers. And
you get $15 in vouchers.
All right, thank you.
You like that a lot.
I do like it. It's a good deal.
The 15th to the 17th of August, the Milkmen from Milwaukee are here. They're in first place. 18th to the 20th, your favorite team, the Gary Rail Cats are here. By the way, fireworks galore. And that also includes a Thirsty Thursday. So make sure that's the last Thirsty Thursday of the season.
What's the date on that?
the 17th of August.
Circle that on the calendar.
All right, August 19th, a very special event. And I know you've already got tickets. Seinfeld night. This guy thinks he's Seinfeld, so he's bought numerous tickets. Hit him up for a couple. He'll take you here, and he'll walk around like he's Seinfeld.
I was Seinfeld before there was a
I understand that. Finally, last point. The last home games of the season, but we'll make the playoffs, so there'll be more after that. But the last homestand of the season is the Lincoln Salt Dogs from the 1st to the 4th of September. 3 night games, fireworks all 3 nights, and then Labor Day afternoon game. Get your tickets, Kane County Cougar, KCCougars.com. Tickets, schedule, make your plans to be out here. The Sox are terrible. You don't want to go there. Cubs are doing well, but you can't get a seat unless you get a scalper.
rooftop.
So, for our great cameraman here,
Crack.
we're staring right at him as we speak. 𝐁𝐥𝐿, thank you, sir.
He doesn't always follow along,
but he does a great job.
He's there in the end.
And for our crack producer, Paul Stukel, always on the money.
And he bought us a beer.
Yes. And for my partner,
One, Your Honor.
Pat Crimmins.
Yes.
Yours truly, Ray
Happy to
Rogina,
be
saying, from the ballpark, we're having fun. So long, everybody.
Good night.